This is my game now. And this is my game at the end of the video. I'll be adding interesting sound effects, procedural music, and so much more. Sound is critical to game design. It gives you feedback to clue you in on things happening to or around you. And it is an important emotional driver that heavily immerses you into the experience. Most sounds can be broken down into 4 parts: the attack, the decay, the sustain, and the release. These are called sound envelopes. Let's look at this punch sound and split it into 4 parts. The attack is the time it takes to go from no sound to the highest volume. The decay is the drop in volume until the sound reaches the sustain. And the sustain is just how loud the sound is for most of the time the sound plays. And the release is just how long it takes for the sound to go back to 0 after the sustain. Small changes to these segments can have a large impact on how the game sounds. Like you can change the length of the attack to have more of an anticipation to the sound. Now that we have some nicely edited sound effects, let's go into music. I want the main instrument to be a piano. To make a computer simulate the sound of a piano, we can take a recording of a few of the notes and change the pitch and the sound envelopes that we talked about earlier to change the length the note is played for. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. First we need a piano recording. I don't want the music to repeat in the game because that's just boring. So I found this technique for procedurally generated maps called wave function collapse. This is not the same as the quantum mechanics wave function collapse. Sorry to disappoint any physicists watching. This algorithm works by having a set of tiles that each have unique rules applied. Like this tile can only connect to this piece, and this one can connect to any tile. Using this data, the formula can generate infinite maps that are all different. But instead of using tiles, I'm going to try to use snippets of notes to make procedural music. I think a saxophone would sound good in this arrangement, so you know what that means. Unity's audio system is starting to lag from all these notes being played. So the only logical thing to do is, instead of trying to optimize the current system, spend weeks programming your own system. People say don't reinvent the wheel. Well, what if the wheel isn't good enough for you? So after way too much code, I finally finished it. Well, that's it for music. I think it turned out pretty good. So subscribe and click here to see how this whole project started.